Wow, kind of a crazy scene for Detroit sports fans last night. First, the Tigers. The Tigers, Tariq Skubal, you think he's on the mound, he's automatic. Well, he may have had an off night last night. Things didn't get going so good for Skubal. First batter up, first, I think it was the second batter. Uh, Ball three call that really got under his skin. You could read his lips. I'm not going to repeat it here. Not a family type viewing letter or word that is. He gave up 4 runs through 5 innings, I believe it was, and the Tigers all of a sudden were down 4-3 after getting out to a 3-1 lead, thanks to a double RBI from Javi Baez. But in the 8th inning, Detroit had, and it kind of looked like things weren't going so good. But Matt Vierling, who, I got to admit, I've been on here before. I've said, hey, I just don't know what the love affair is with Matt Vierling and AJ Hinch. But boy, did he prove me wrong with a bomb to left field, taking victory out of the jaws of defeat for the Tigers. They went ahead 6-5. And then the Scott Harris acquisition. That's right. According to about 80% of Tigers fans in Detroit, Scott Harris didn't do anything right. Kyle Finnegan came in, an acquisition at the trade deadline, shut the door on the Angels for his 3rd save in 3 appearances for the Tigers. A huge comeback win for them. I know it's just one, but after a poor showing against the Twins and things not looking good for the Tigers, they get a comeback win, 6-5 over the Angels. The Guardians rather, are red hot. They won again last night, 9-5 over the Twins. So Detroit, with that win, keeping a 6-game lead over the Guardians in the AL Central. And don't look now, but the Guardians are knocking on the door for a potential wild card spot. Eerily similar to our Tigers from last year, wasn't it? Well, anyways, the Tigers get back in action tonight as they'll take on the Angels. Charlie Morton, one of the other acquisitions for the Tigers at the deadline. He's going to take on Kikuchi. You say Kikuchi. First pitch will be at 6:10 local time. So chance for the Tigers to go up 2-0 in the weekend set, try to at least maintain that lead over the Guardians. Elsewhere in Major League Baseball last night, the Yankees lost again. And as we take a look at the Major League standings, is there any possibility that the Yankees could actually miss the American League playoffs? Right now, they are clinging to a half-game lead over the Cleveland Guardians for the last playoff spot. 2 months ago, I would have said you're crazy. They were leading the division, but the Blue Jays with a 3-game lead over the surging Red Sox. The Yankees, 6.5 games back in the division. But as we mentioned, they've only got now a half-game lead for the 3rd and final wild card spot over the Cleveland Guardians. It's absolutely insane. The Blue Jays, we mentioned, 3 games up on the Red Sox. The Red Sox playing great baseball right now, 65-52, and the Yankees 6.5 back at 61-55. I'll tell you what, the lynch mob is getting set up in the Bronx right now for the Yankees. Tigers, we mentioned, a 6-game lead over the Guardians in the Central. The Kansas City Royals, 9.5 games back at 57-59. The Astros, 65-51, but their lead is still just a 1.5 games over the Mariners, as the Mariners have won 5 straight. They're at 64-53. And the Rangers, they're only a 1.5 games back of the Yankees for that wild card spot as well. They're 60-57. They've lost a couple of straight. In the National League, the Phillies have opened up a 3.5-game lead over the struggling New York Mets. Mets losing 5 straight. The Phillies won last night. They're at 66-49. And no better team right now in Major League Baseball than the Brew Crew. The Milwaukee Brewers, 71-44, 7-game win streak for the Brewers. And they've got a 5-game lead over the Cubs right now. The Cubs, 66-49. And in the West, the Dodgers, their lead back up to 3 games over the Padres. They won last night. The Padres lost. The Dodgers at 67-49. So some interesting races starting to shape up with a little over 6 weeks left in Major League Baseball.